What it do, homies? Look like we got some new Suicide Boys in the way of Scrim, right? We have a solo produced track, right? In the description, it says it's written and produced by him, right? So, there's no other personal tracks that, you could possibly make than the ones that you rap, the same stuff that you produce that you rap on, right? Because the vision comes to life and everything. It comes to life more often than not. Interesting enough, the title of this song, Cortisol, right? That strikes my fancy because I'm seeing a dietitian, a nutrition, once every week, trying to keep the weight down. You know what I'm saying? Bro, dad bod is 100% a thing. You know what I'm saying? I found myself getting lazy. And we started talking about growth hormones and everything, right? He's taking me through the whole entire education thing. And cortisol is a stress manager. Now, when I bring it up here, because I wanted to share this with you guys, because I think this is going to be very prevalent in this song. It's interesting because you got to ask yourself, all right, why would you call your songs cortisol? Before we even get into it, the interesting thing about this hormone is that it fuels the body during emergencies, but can also cause issues like weight gain, right? So if I'm going to I'm going to start this thinking that we're going to have subjects and talks about things that both help and hinder Scrim. You know what I mean? Like on the other side, it helps. On the other side, you know what I mean? Kind of like that back and forth, that dark and light. I won't say yin yang, but a contrast of sorts, if you will. Anyways, that's enough trying to break down the title. I ain't even heard the song yet. Let's go ahead, shut up, turn it up. Bro, I swear on everything, bro. It's still, even after all these years, still sounds like he's saying you did good, son. But y'all told me he's saying you did good, Scrim. I'm not hearing that. Even after you guys told me that, I hear you did good, son. You did good, son. Okay.
I've been crying with the top down, body hurting from the top down. I can't lie, I'm in a spot now, feeling for a pillow wash down. I don't think you wanna watch now. It get ugly when I shut down. It get hard to put the cup down when you got a thirst for God now. I've been riding by my own.
That's a bar, bro. And the people out here that living kind of like, walking a different life, like, walking a different life in the Lord and everything, once you completely kind of go that way, you know what I'm saying? Like give your life to God, it is difficult to go back. It really is, man. You just got to take that step. But I love what you got right saying here. I've been crying with the top down, right? Immediately I started thinking about, all right, top down, like a convertible or something like that, right? And then I started thinking about, all right, well, when you do that, more of you is exposed. So when he says, I've been crying with the top down, you know what I mean? That's basically, any type of block or what have you, shade or whatnot that you got in front of you is gone, right? Now you're seeing me, but now you're not also just seeing me, but you're seeing me at my most vulnerable states, essentially. It's just crazy that you say that, I've been crying with top down, and it can have that kind of meanings. And then he flips it with the top down, top down, top down. But that's essentially what it is. It's removing, but it's more than just one layer, right? The top up was your first layer. You cry with the top up, but now the top is down. So now I'm seeing you as I need to see you, and you're crying, right? So it's another way of saying you are seeing the most vulnerable of myself.
I've been crying with the top down, body hurting from the top down. I can't lie, I'm in a spot now, feeling for a pillow wash down. I don't think you wanna watch now. It get ugly when I shut down. It get hard to put the cup down when you got a thirst for God now. I've been riding by my lonely.
It's interesting. Hard to put the cup down when you have a thirst for God. Now it's interesting, right? Because when you say a thirst, right, it's it's in the pursuit of. If you guys hear a bunch of random stuff, I'm recording when my kids up. I've been trying to test some things. They're getting old enough for me to tell them to shut up, but sometimes they don't. So if you guys hear any riffraff and everything, that's them just doing their things. They 4 and 6, so what am I gonna do? But anyways, when he says it gets hard to put the cup down when you got a thirst for God, I don't think it's like I'm drinking from a cup of like his holiness and everything. I think it's like one of them things where generally whenever you are walking, the path of, walking, in the ways of the Lord, it gets hard to put the cup down because that's when all the demons, that's when all the negativity starts to affect you even more. It's either affecting you because they know what you're trying to do or because you become more sensitive to it, right? Because you are trying to do the right things. You know what I mean? To where once you start trying to walk the straight and narrow, the crooked becomes much more harder to resist than it was when you were just regularly embracing it. You know what I mean? It's interesting. And I guess you could just kind of call that relapse, right? The longer that you are away from it, the harder it is to stay on that straight and narrow. So I think that's what he means by that.
When you get a thirst for God now, I've been rapping by my lonely. Now that everybody know me, but nobody really know me. I've been running out of homies. Cortisol through my body. I can't trust nobody, no. Daddy say you never call me, no. Cut the lights off and stop balling, no. I've been feeling all kinds of broke.
Okay.
Dope ain't working like it used to, no. Lord, I know I ain't perfect, but I'm winning. I'm out of sick days and I need some healing. I don't wanna feel how I've been feeling. I've been feeling everything but forgiving.
Amen. Oh man, bro. I got personal stories for that. Just that line right there. I've been feeling everything but forgiving. And the reason why you're feeling that is because we are both our best friends and our worst enemies. You know what I mean? It takes a minute. It could take a while for us to forgive ourselves for something that God already forgiven us about, right? It's hard to accept that because we are broken, right? And that's what he meant by that. I'm feeling all kind of broke. He ain't talking about monetary broke. He's saying he just feels broken. It's like one of them things where once you've achieved a lot of things, it ain't got to be the most richest of fames and everything. But I think there are some ports in our life where we feel kind of satisfied and everything. And at that point when we feel satisfied, like, we don't got everything, but we got enough. Things that you expect to make you happy ain't making you happy anymore, can make you feel broke. Because then you're like, all right, where else do I turn? I thought I didn't had everything here, but I don't. And I don't know where to go, right? I don't like this feeling. You know what I mean? Because I don't have a solution and I'm looking for answers. And that search, that continuous search of looking for answers, is kind of like that level of purgatory in Dante's Inferno, right? Where they were saying you would reach for an apple to eat, but every time you bit from the apple, it made you more hungry or something like that. And when you reach below to grab some water, the level of the water would lower the more you reach to get it. You know what I mean? So you're reaching for something to possibly try to help you out, but it's making more worse. Right?
No. Lord, I know I ain't perfect, but I'm winning. I'm out of sick days and I need some healing.
See, that just further, right? I'm out of sick days, but I need some healing. We've all been there. You know what I mean? Where we are sick, but we ain't got no sick days. So what we gotta do? We gotta kind of just go in. That sucks. Nobody wants to do that. I'm out of sick days, but I also don't want to be penalized. So I gotta suck it up, but I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Is there some type of out that somebody can offer me or something like that? Somebody cover for me. I'm looking for, right? I don't want to feel this way.
I've been feeling everything but forgiving. Still you love me, put my face and you gon' know.
Oh, wait a minute. Nah, this is crazy. This video is crazy. The reason why it's crazy is I realized what I was seeing. I remember seeing this random video on YouTube where this guy was showing off his eye collection, right? Because he was blind in one eye and he had a bunch of custom eyes and everything. Conceptually, what we got going on in this video, right? Somebody that is blind, they can't see their way forward. So what they do is they try, this is just conceptually thinking, right? That I'm going to put on the guise as if I know what I'm seeing, where I'm going to put on this guise and what I'm seeing, even though I don't know where I'm going. You know what I mean? Kind of like if you saw somebody that didn't have a working eye and they had like a fake eye in there, at first you wouldn't know that, right? Until maybe you probably looked at them a little bit harder, but you wouldn't know that at first, right? It looks like there's an eye that can move there. So conceptually, if we was to think about, considering what the message that Scrim got going on here is that, I don't know my way forward. But I'm putting all these things in here to see if I can get some type of direction, to see if I can get some type of sight, right? And I got all these different types of pieces and shapes and colors and everything. And I'm gonna keep trying to put them in there until I find a way forward, until I can see something. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it doesn't change the underlying fact that you're still blind to what's in front of you. That's why I need some additional help, because these prosthetics ain't working. I need the real thing, right? I need the real thing, which is why we still get this kind of back and forth between the stone statue, right? The real thing, and then the prosthetics.
With the top down, body hurt from the top down.
Hey.
I can't lie, I'm in the spot now. Feeling for a pillow wash down. I don't think you wanna watch down. It get ugly when I shut down. It get hard to put the cup down. When you got a thirst for God now. I've been riding by my lonely. Now that everybody know me, but nobody really know me. I've been running out of homies. Cortisol through my body. I can't trust nobody, no. Daddy say you never call me, no. Cut the lights off, it's a balling, no. I've been lonely. Now that everybody know me, but nobody really know me. I've been running out of homies. Cortisol through my body. I can't trust nobody.
I like that motion. That emotion you got, that grit that you got going on in your voice right there. All right, that's very different sound. I don't think I've heard a production by Scrim like that before. That, especially towards that end, that kind of sounded more, I would say, popish, maybe even like a slow, I won't even say rock, almost kind of like popish or whatnot. Very different. They're very interesting sound. Interesting. This was just the first song off the upcoming album that's coming out. They're in my city in August. You know what I'm saying? So you best believe I'll try to make that. I've been trying to get off work, but August is a really high energy kind of month where I work at. So I'm gonna try to get that off so I can go see them again. That'd be absolutely amazing. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comments. Dave's out.